Welcome to Eligible Monster, guys. I am Natalie, aka Zodical Candy, and today I am joined by Andy, aka For I Am the Andy. Still on Instagram only.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We are
Thanks
about
for
to.
having me.
Thank you. Stop saying that because you always throw me off.
I know.
Damn it.
That's why I do it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are tackling another Listcussion. So, Andy.
Yes.
What do you have for us? Actually, before you, I keep forgetting, I'm sorry. Listcussions are various lists on the internet that we find, and we talk about them, and we either agree or disagree with them.
Yes. Generally, we disagree.
Yeah, basically.
If history has taught us anything.
Especially with what culture these days. I don't know what's up.
Guys.
What do you have for us today?
Today we have, it says top 10, but it's actually top 5.
Okay.
Surprising video game success stories.
I'm actually excited about this one.
I know. We were
Let's see what's on the list.
All right. So, number 1. You want to take a guess?
I watched a documentary about God of War.
Okay.
And those developers had so little faith. I mean, they were probably just scared because it was like an ambitious new start for God of War. And, well, not new start, but just...
That's the only reason I wouldn't count that one is because technically God of War was a continuation of the series.
Right.
Well, now, the reboot was a lot more successful than everybody thought. Because everybody was a little worried that it was not going to do well.
So I would say God of War, but at the same time, probably not.
Not on the list.
Okay, well... well, in that case, I have nothing, man.
All right, number 1.
Hit me, yes.
Final Fantasy. I know, right?
Because, that's right. I've heard that they were supposed to stop at Final Fantasy 1.
Right,
and that's
exactly.
It. They were supposed to just have one.
So the Final Fantasy series is the most well-known JRPG franchise in video game history. And the Square Enix series has been a huge factor in gaming for decades. However, this has not always been the case, and even though the series can hold a huge place in gaming, its success at the outset was much less certain. So the first title in the series is called Final Fantasy.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Because the game designers believed that would be the last game that Square created. Which is funny because I always make the joke that these people don't understand what the term Final Fantasy actually means,
right.
but I guess now it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it does make sense now. Actually, yeah, it totally does. I mean, yeah, and now they're like sitting at like Final Fantasy 15. And
according to composer, I'm going to say this wrong, Nobuo Uematsu.
Nice.
Right. The company was facing bankruptcy prior to Final Fantasy release, meaning the game would literally have been Square's Final Fantasy story. Thankfully, the title was a tremendous success, and the rest is history.
I mean, yeah, it is one of the most popular series nowadays.
Now they're up to like Final Fantasy 2007, I think. Right? There's like 2007.
You've missed a couple of decades of living, but I guess so. Okay, I mean, you skipped, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't miss them.
No, you didn't. Well, yeah, because you were probably frozen.
How many are there? I know there are 15 actual
you would be
numbered.
Frozen.
How many Final Fantasies are there actually?
Right now?
Yes.
Well,
there's 15 numbered, but how many Final Fantasy games are there actually? I don't actually know.
Because Tactics is not part of the numbers.
Right. There's Adventures on the Game Boy.
Final Fantasy Type 0.
Type 0, yeah. There's a lot. Anyway, it's a different list altogether.
On, yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay, number 2, Undertale. Did you ever play Undertale?
No, but I've heard so much about it.
I've heard a lot. I also have not played it. I have heard a lot of things about it, mostly good. And I know originally no one thought it was going to be nearly as popular as it was. Not every game is the same clout as the Final Fantasy series, but that doesn't mean that successes of small projects are any less impressive. One such example is Undertale, the quirky retro-style RPG that launched in 2015. Barely heard about prior to its release, the game quickly became one of the most talked about games of the year, which is true. No one would shut up about that game.
Wow, it was just an RPG?
So RPG? It was pretty much just a retro-style RPG, and it just had a really weird sense of humor, and it had a lot of deep emotional stuff in the story that you wouldn't assume from kind of just a retro indie game.
I thought it was 2D.
It was.
Okay.
Yes. Mixing together a unique story, original characters, and gameplay. A fabulous tongue-in-cheek look at an old-school RPG was basically what they call it. Right. And it won Best Indie Game of 2015.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's quite the title.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, a lot of those indie games take off a lot more than people would assume.
Yeah,
because they're not obviously your big AAA title. Everyone's like, oh, everybody's always talking about them.
I feel like usually one person that's big enough starts to play it, and then other people watch it, and then they're like, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, basically. Yeah, so good for them though. Nice.
Number 3, Flappy Bird.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna say, because I wanted to call one because I just remembered now.
Oh, okay.
I thought Fortnite was one of them.
No.
God damn it. Man, I just want to get one right, man, you know?
Well, you got 2 more chances.
Running out of time, though.
Flappy Bird. I remember no one would shut up about this little mobile game because it was...
It's basically Angry Birds, isn't it?
No, so Flappy Bird was it was a mobile game. So you just have to tap the screen to make the bird flap and you avoid obstacles.
Right. Oh,
so
God.
all this game was, and no one would shut up about it. I was in the army and you had people... I was in the infantry at the time. And I remember... in our company we called it the bowling alley because it was just this long hallway, right? And you had everybody's platoon's cages were on either side, and literally you had all these privates just sitting in this hallway playing Flappy Bird, like 30 to 50 privates just all sitting here, every single one of them
just losing their minds,
just hours on end. It was mind-numbing.
Holy crap. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of app games, man. I couldn't
not
do
either.
it. The only app game I've ever played on my phone was Fallout Shelter, but that's because it was...
I played that one. I enjoyed that.
I mean, that's because before being released on PS4 and all that,
Let's see. So not every game's success is necessarily earned.
Oh, jeez.
I'll agree with that one.
Yeah.
The mobile sensation that became a must-have app back in early 2014, the title became a pop culture phenomenon due to its frustratingly but simple gameplay and was one of the most talked about games of that year. Then exactly. Yeah.
Would you say it's difficult, really, though?
I think it was the Dark Souls of mobile games.
Thank you. You know, I kind of invited you to say that.
I know,
you
just set me up. I'm glad we worked it out together.
Appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
The Dark Souls of mobile games. I like it. Dark Souls of mobile games. I like it, even though there's an actual Dark Souls app.
No.
That one is actually very tough too. That's fair.
All right, number 2. You want to take another shot? You're gonna guess one of these. I feel like it's gonna happen. It's not Fortnite.
Oh wait, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius or whatever. It's like a...
Nope.
No?
Also not on the list. All right, here we go. Pokemon Go.
It's a Pokemon game. Of course
I'm a little surprised, actually.
Yeah.
Flappy Bird is not the only mobile title to take over the world, however... Yeah, hold on. Let me level.
Because it's... the app game. Sorry.
Right, the app game. Yes.
I keep getting it confused with Let's Go.
Oh, no. The actual app game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Although many expected Pokemon Go to be successful... It's the level of popularity that the game has received that has been so surprising, beating Candy Crush to become the biggest mobile game in U.S. history. I did actually not know that. So
I know that it was big, but that big though? No, I
had
no idea.
I remember that first month it came out. Everyone was talking about it. Nobody was shut up
don't talk about the articles that you've read, possibly.
I didn't read any articles about it. I do remember. So I was stationed at Fort Bragg at the time. And that first month it came out, I remember seeing little gaggles of soldiers wandering around the post together. Just like on lunch break, just like, it looked like, like when you see a group of penguins and they're all just kind of wandering together. That's what it looked like. Right. But they were all just like...
Or someone was like, hey, I got one here. Oh, what?
Yeah, exactly. And then everybody like scatters that way. Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious, man.
So it had very positive results for Nintendo. Stock prices jumped up.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the company did not even develop the game. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it was a completely different one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was not Niantic. It was Niantic. Never mind.
I think it was.
Dan doesn't know anything.
Okay.
The game's biggest proof of success, however, is the way in which gamers have reacted to the title. Yeah. From stampedes in New York Central Park to accidentally crossing country borders. That is hilarious.
That's what I was reading. I mean, obviously there were more unfortunate people, like like walking off a bridge. I don't know how you do that, but I mean,
how do you accidentally walk off a bridge? I really need this magic carp. And he's like falling.
I don't want to make fun of those people, but when I read that, I was like,
all right, listen, I'm all for enjoying your games, but look up. Just once in a while.
Especially when you're outside, yeah.
Yeah, if you're outside, look up. All right.
Yeah.
All right, one more to go. You want to take a guess again?
Oh my God, I don't... So you got Pokemon.
Did
you
Pokemon, Flappy Bird.
What is the craziest? It's not Apex Legend, is it?
No.
I
100% agree with this one because I love this game and I wouldn't shut up about it
really?
for a while.
Okay, so if you liked it,
which is weird because usually
it's not Borderlands, I'm sure, because Borderlands was like, that's gonna drive me insane.
Shovel Knight.
Of course, Shovel Knight. Really, you were a big fan of that game?
I love this game.
Damn.
Love it.
How many times have you played it?
I've played the main game once, but I've also played all of the DLC for the different nights.
Oh wow!
Through all of them. So which is have you seen the DLC?
No, I have not.
So it's basically you take the same levels, but the DLC allows you to play as the different enemy knights.
Oh.
So
yeah, I could see that being
fun.
Fun.
So you basically kind of go through. It's not the same game. They all have their own stories, but it's the same levels. But now you have brand new powers, brand new items, all this other stuff. So
nice.
I really enjoyed it. So technically, I guess 4 times.
Yeah,
3 times.
That makes sense.
4. Yeah.
Not bad. I think it's the most times you've played a game ever.
It's possible. No. BioShock. I played BioShock a bunch of times.
Wait, BioShock 1, right?
No, the best one, Infinite. Although the crowdfunding video games has always been a controversial topic, such as the biggest disappointment, which is Mighty Number 9, which I also will agree with.
Really?
Oh yeah, the game is awful.
Oh, what the Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, Kickstarter. Yeah. Sometimes such as Kickstarters have managed to fund some incredible games. One of the biggest success stories of crowdfunding is Shovel Knight. They had a modest target number of $75,000, but ended up making $311,502 by the end of the campaign.
Wow.
The end result has been seen as one of the best 2D platformers of recent years, and a wonderfully crafted love letter to gaming of yesteryear. And I 100% agree with that. It was it combined all my favorite parts of like Mega Man, Super Mario World, the original DuckTales game, the bouncing on the shovel.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
So that is the end of the list.
Would you agree with that list then?
I don't like games like Flappy Bird and things like that, but yeah, I mean, it was a big success.
It's still a success
nobody
story.
Would shut up about it, yeah. But I would say, probably stuff like Fortnite. I don't think Fortnite was going to be as big as they anticipated.
No, I've only played the actual Fortnite game, as in like I think it was.
It's like a horde mode, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
I've never actually played that mode.
I've done this, and there was building involved, right? But it was not as I wouldn't say challenging, but just the fact that you have to shoot, worry about your enemies plus build at the same time.
Plus build, yeah.
I could never get into the multiplayer.
Yeah, I was saying I've tried the multiplayer, and I mean it's okay. I don't see it as everybody else does, but it's fine. But I would say other games, I think they end up being successful stories, such as God of War. Yeah, God of War. Because God of War was always a very successful franchise, but then when that reboot came out, it got even bigger.
Hence why the developers were so worried, because they were like, I believe they were hiring the old school God of War fans and like basically newer fans, and they just kind of merged them together. And
then I would say stuff like Saints Row. Saints Row started off just kind of mediocre, and then by Saints Row 3, I think it blew up. Yeah. And now everybody really loves it.
3 to 5, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, stuff like that, definitely, I would say.
Yeah, those success stories. Yeah, I would definitely put Fortnite up top. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not. Well,
this is also only familiar. 5, so I mean, really, you could.
Jesus, sorry, I'm not familiar with like the the developers of Fortnite, but I would kind of be interested in just like watching something just like what Santa Monica came out with, just to see like
what they thought was going to happen. Well, like Minecraft too.
Yeah,
Minecraft ended up being a huge success after it came out, Yeah. And I don't think anybody was anticipating that.
That's true. Yeah. Just came out of nowhere. That's interesting, though. Yeah. Thank you so much for going over this list with us.
That's what I'm here for.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree, and what would be on your list if you actually made one up. We'd like to know. You can find Andy on Instagram. What is this, man? At 4IamTheAndy.
I don't like having the camera over on
it's
this
fine.
way.
I know. It's kind of just weird. I know. It'll take some getting used to. It'll be all right. And you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at SaudicalCandy. We will see you guys right here next time.
Bye.
Thank you.